Why should everyone use the wood line during energetic spring, even if they don't have the wood skin conditions? Wood is one of the 5 aspects of vital energy and is fundamental to the optimal function of the other 4. In addition to the 5 seasons, elements, basic emotions, and skin conditions, the body is a host of 5 major fluids, 4 of which are clearly matter: red blood, fire; lymph, earth; blue blood, metal; and water for water. The other fluid of the wood element is simply energy, vital energy. You could say it's the energy of the energy because without wood energy, nothing else happens. This is why the wood treatment is always the first one we do in any series of treatments. The initiating energy of wood must be balanced before we go on to balancing the other 4 fluids. By stimulating vital energy flow, we give energy and nourishment to the cells to help keep skin radiant and full of vitality. Our wood vital energy must be kept in balance since it fundamentally supports the other 4 energies. An energetic deficiency left untreated for any length of time invites others, and problems will then accumulate exponentially. This is why everyone can and should benefit from any products of the wood line now during energetic spring. Follow for more or gain insight to add energy medicine to your healing practice. Go ahead and visit tonyad.tv/Fido-5 or email info@tonyad.tv. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic being.
Absolutely, infinity and beyond. 300 plus magical energetic beings, blessings to you, and thanks for joining me. So how was the emotional field for you yesterday? Were you, or are you still in that cosmic blessing or a plot twist? So go ahead, turn on the notification bell, hit the white rabbit right now. It's the only way to ensure, or I can ensure, that this algorithm will give us the nutritional quotient that we all deserve, the value quotient, the optimistic venue, the love quotient, the vitality. But while we're waiting for people to hop on, join in, tune into the live show, listen to the replay, or whatever that is for you, whatever timeline you're on. As we're integration is a huge part of a lot of rituals, and also the integration of the emotional threads from yesterday into the energy of today, which is like beaming light. Maybe you did have a prophetic or profound insight reached, a turning point, an end point in the journey of discovering who we authentically are, which is actually the memo for the year. We're kind of opening up the doors to new ideas, things that light us up, spark our divine heart, creation, creator, ultimately making up more of who we are authentically in this year of magic, transformation, authenticity, climbing in our skin. So if you by design feel lit up, an opportunity lights you up to believe, and knowing that the universe is literally illuminating the way, a path for us, if you will. I mean, imagine in your mind's eye, even a spirit guide or a guardian, a gatekeeper, lighting the pathway for you, along with our own personal growth potentials and streams. We have lots of galactic cosmic energy today to tune into. So with that, welcome to the Daily Snippet. Once again, I am your host. I'm a practicing holistic shaman, medium, and otherworldly life coach, and a subtle energetic surgeon, a reflector by design. I do go by the term holistic shaman medium, which is just a choreography of them all. And my intention is to utilize the indigenous technologies, ritual, the elemental realms, the imaginal realm, our original divine blueprint, to navigate our soul's harmonic, which is alive and active today, which it's alive and active every day, but just a little more boosted today, through these realms and whatnot. And hang on, my phone, of course, is going off. Through these realms, dimensions, portals, and so much more. With that, and again, I use offerings, prescriptions, and rituals. I did an amazing ritual yesterday on a live call. And the story that she wrote, emailed me back, was just so magical. The otherworldly kind really adds to the juice, our main stage container, the origins. Rituals are really food for our soul, the origins. Our personal medicine, our prime directive, gift and purpose is activated. So really our light is illuminating, hopefully brighter than ever before, especially on this day. My name is Tonya D, and welcome to my virtual medicine room. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do, YouTube or otherwise, Musing with Tonya D, my podcast out on the portal there. The season of Aries This is our root center, the sacral, the heart, the soul's harmonic are all percolating today. The subtle energies, it's kind of like a campfire coffee pot, if you will. But before I go any further, let's give a shout out once again to the village. My growing tribe is excelling, expanding, new peeps entering the community, new subscribers. I just love to give a validation, a voice of acknowledgement that I see you, I feel you, and new friends and guests, just welcome to the show. And of course, those of you that have been on my journey, going down the rabbit hole since the beginning and staying in the optimistic venue, it really does take a tribe, a village, a community, which I feel like we're lacking in this world a lot sometimes. But there is it is sidestepping, I should say. And again, gratitudes and blessings to you and for you. As always, thanks for tuning in, joining in. And even those of you that tune into the replay later when it fits your timeline. And a comment if you do feel a message for your day is necessary or needed. Sharing is just another way to pay it forward. You can also, of course, find me on TikTok and other little social channels. Just remember, authentically, I am your otherworldly shamanic reflecting assistant. You truly are your own healer, but sometimes we do have energetic hiccups, trivial pursuits, and we need an otherworldly life coach assistant, myself included, to get us out of our own magical way. So we're sidestepping, side forwarding in a way. And the daily snippet, what is this all about? What do I muse about here? Lots of things, right? You've joined me before. Cosmic insight, the planets. By design, I do follow the lunar energies, and today I do have a gate activated, the moon through the seasons and these gates. I was going to show you the gate, but I forgot before I went live. But our root channel is online. Our emotionally activated, the physical feeling empathy meets the emotional empathy, the safety, security, we're feeling it. Our relational vibes, our heart space, and our signs, sigils, the soul's harmonic. So there's a lot percolating. I would actually just kind of feel into each in-body center and actually the out-of-body ones. The soul's harmonic is an arm's length above our head, if you want to feel into that. It looks kind of like a mushroom beaconing top. And the elementals, the 4 pillars. I do a mystery guest on Sundays. And I incorporate their 4 pillars chart, really about the useful elements and ingredients, along with the subtle centers. I kind of tune into those as well. The channels sometimes, the spleen and the stomach are actually activated today, along with the liver and gallbladder, now that I think about it and say that out loud. And I'm going to go with the kidney and the bladder. So we've got some things happening there, just mused in there, but we'll get to that. So what is your mind able to open up to receive today? What is the information, the transformation that is coming with this receivership? Or are you ending something you once thought about who you are, changing, shifting, along with what we heartfelt believe in this world? So having an added spark of energy, fire illuminates the birth of our emerging new, like birthing from the cocoon. I've been talking about the butterfly for months, I feel like, but the birthing of who we authentically are, being in a season of transition and transformation. And the universe really does make no mistakes. It's always working in our flavor if we can hold on to that seed sound. And we do have the ability to receive messages. Our mind, Mercury, the god of communication, messages, is actually the god that can travel any place, anywhere, the underworld, the middle world, lower world, upper, etc., all the places. The duality of receiving, whimsical kind of polarities, if you will. And I always say, stay curious, question everything, but I do have a Gemini, very active mind. But the key to this access point, the key, if you've had a divination, the key is always our heart space, the golden chalice, and allowing our heart to be our guide, authenticity, maybe opening up a new door, a new way of thinking, a new way of believing, a way that we receive thoughts and messages is being revealed. So it's a day to really set the stage, protect all of our options to receive messages and being in observership, allowing, possibly journaling. I think that would be a prime directive today with the activities. And the messenger is actually focused on manifesting. So it's like thoughts become real. They land in reality, allowing the unreal that's affecting our current reality to be seen for what it is. It's false. So navigating these thread lines, the topsy-turvettes, and just focusing in or using our thoughts, being mindful, consciously mindful of what it is we want to manifest, which is hopefully our heart's authentic, true desires, dreams, wishes. All those things feels really philosophical in a weird way. However, when we show up in our full authenticity, we've got our garb on, right? Our entire being, our essence, our heart really understands our true gift and purpose. And in doing so, we will be in a cosmic mirror reflecting out into the world who we are, which I'll get to the elementals. Just know that you are doing fantastic. We've been upcycling from you're doing great from the last few years into this year. I coined it as we're doing fantastic. So I'm kind of holding on to that. I do myself kind of skip a beat and go back to I'm doing great, but I prefer I'm doing fantastic. So just allow yourself to be in your own sacred container, the blessing space or a blessing bowl with time and space, the fluidity of flowing like water. So what is it that your soul is protecting? What is your personal observation station? What are the messages that you're receiving? That's why I'm going so live so early today in this sacred space. Are you open to receive them, transfer them for the greatest good for all? Now there's an idea. It's the solution directive. It's time to have a cup. A cup floweth over, filling the love in our heart, cascading like a bubbling spring out into the world for all to enjoy, bathing in it, if you will. And the biggest, brightest blessing of all, this full-on illumination of pizzazz, is with the sun shining upon all the things that it touches. It's receiving this extra sassy boost of feelings, maybe. It's bright, it's light even. So if you're able to magnetize your light, be the essence of your light, illuminating it out into the world for all the world to see, wishes and dreams. It's like the garden, like I'm just seeing a big, huge tree of life possibly. And love who you authentically are and expanding that love and that light upon everything, just like a tree in the branches. It really is reminding me either of the tree of life or the tree of knowledge. We've got options. So just say yes to the rays of the divine, blessings and gratitude. Doors are opening and doors are closing. It's great. So there's this abundance, this influx of opportunities. And the goddess of the night was actually on the galactic center opposing my sun earlier this morning. So I was feeling a little topsy-turvetish, kind of mutable oppositions, if you will, like who or what I do. What do I want to be seen as? Who am I? So I've had all these corridors kind of pinging into the center of the earth, I don't know, something like that. So we are elevating our belief structure, believing and receiving who we are, really our gift and our purpose. So it's a magical day. Ideas with meaning, higher philosophy, maybe some ancient wisdom. So is your mind organically curious? Are you a bookworm? Are you open to learning? Are you open to new ideas and understanding? Just feeling overly expansive on all the things. I mean, getting mind blown, you know, that emoji. That's kind of what's coming in. But the door's open to these unlimited, endless possibilities, vast opportunities. If we pay attention to the signs and the sigils, beliefs and ideas, what may happen out into our future? It really is like the Jetsons. I feel that. But are you in partnership? Are you in receivership? Are you developing a business? Researching ideas? Futuristic doors opening? A parallel reality? What is your plan of action? So is your character being seen in this new galactic wardrobe, otherworldly? You might be a light warrior. I don't know. I'm just seeing all kinds of stuff happening here. But to go beyond the great beyond, a sci-fi movie kind of comes to mind. Going beyond what we may already know, like literally opening our eyes to anew. We often get blindsided by what our mind thinks, I think, sidestepping, or what our ego self has been conditioned or having a habit around, feeling normal or familiar. So that's the way it's always been. Have you heard that before? Or that's the way I've always done it. I'm the same as I've always been. So where's the journey? It's not a journey. The journey into expanding a belief is a feeling that we feel in our heart. And our heart knows this feeling, unwavering feeling in a way, often unfamiliar and yet so familiar. It might be something we did in another lifetime. But as we sit in our observership, observing all of these opportunities, literally like the buffet of life, if you will, the pathways, the doorways, the directions, the prime directive, really feeling into your heart space, left hand on your heart or both. And if your heart feels the excitement, the passion, the joy, the fun, I would say the joy molecules, curious and interesting, flow with it. See where those rivers take you. And if your heart's at a standstill, kind of just beating a hum, and it feels absolutely nothing, then that's a pass. Throw the fish back. Bring in the line. It's kind of like this being in observership and waiting, being patient. It's time to navigate into new, fresh waters. So if you get nothing in your feeling space or in your heart space, you really are at a standstill. Kind of be in your sacred space, your container, call in the great spirit, your other worldly gurus, ancestors, animal totems, guides, gatekeepers, guardians of your galaxy. That's kind of what I see them at, the elemental spirits. And ask what it is that your heart wishes it could open up to, or wishes it could happen. What does your heart wish things could be like? What does that look like? What's the vision? I mean, I have issues myself. But it reminds me kind of the journeyman in the Fae, if you've tuned into my show before, getting us ready for the adventure of a timeline, a lifetime, just opening up a door to something fresh and new. So with that, just a few announcements. Are you feeling the energy, the rising of the solar eclipse coming to a new venue near us very soon? I'm going to be recording the Musing Moon meditation today, so that'll be on the highway shortly. And the season of the witches, if you've tuned in, my audio artist this week, Marissa Nicole, the modality of letting the mind go. She's my audio artist this week, which I love that. Great interview, really fun. Tune in on Musing with Tonya D, my podcast, TonyaD.tv, podcast, Apple, Spotify, Amazon as well, I believe. And on Sundays, I do have my mystery guest, the 4 pillars in the rising of the origins. And yes, I should change that image. It's reminds me of bones though. So if you're curious and you want to join in a private community and have me look at your 4 pillars chart and assist you with your useful elements, what's happening this year, the seasons and the months, it's really a gateway for all of that. And then I do have, again, the Witcher's Way to Manifestation, still nipping and tucking a little bit there. Super exciting. And just know we all manifest differently. We law of attract differently. Our relational center is different. What lights up our heart is never the same. So we're all unique and diverse in this layering and a building of our own energetic foundation. Of all the things, energetic boundaries really are the foundation that we need to actually work on mostly, I find. Energetic or physical, whatever that is, possibly going into our root chambers, into the root star. And I also do offer cowrie shell divinations and other soul support sessions as well. And Mongolia, I do have Mongolia still on the highway. So we've got opportunities, lots of them. I feel like sometimes I'm feast or I'm famine. I haven't decided, but I'm feeling a feasty this time. But on the elemental highway, looky here. This is what I was talking about. We have a Yin Earth Pig of a day. Yin Earth houses all of the ingredients prone to allergies. So can you already see the missing ingredient for our day? Kind of, if you can see what's missing. Take a breath and a pause. Breath work. What a great idea. Air, metal. There's no metal. So metal is the lung, the large intestine. Breath work, obviously. We do have yin wood. We've got yang wood hidden. That's where I was saying the liver, the gallbladder. We've got yang water. We have yin water, which is the bladder and the kidney. And we've got the heart, the sun. We've got yang earth and yin earth. So we're missing metal. We don't have any letting go energy, which is ironic with my podcast out this week. Or the lung, the breath work. Grief. Courage kind of reminds me of the Tin Man. Maybe call in the Tin Man. Actually, you can use silver as a boundary to deflect as well if you need energetic boundaries. But our earth is a lone wolf in a way. The dragon is a big mountain, so that's a competitor. Competition is actually on the highway on the month. So they might be having this inner competition with themselves or their parents. Maybe they feel like they're always in competition with their parents. The pig and the rabbit actually create a trine, a nature or wood trine at the hour of the goat, the greatest of all time. Water is fresh, so it's like a spring runoff. Nature is blossoming or blooming, budding. The yin earth is actually being nurtured. And the goat is a yin earth element as well. That's where that all comes from, the yin earth of our day. So patience, thoughtfulness, resources. Those are the resources to have today. Being caring, understanding, learning. And the pig is wealth for our day. Wealth being guided by the nurturing earth. Guides water, gives it direction. An investment receives possibly wealth. And power is also an ideal or an idea. The yang wood needs all of the elements in the pig. Remember, yang wood of all the energies needs all of the elements for sustenance and all the things. It needs the sun. It needs everything, honestly. And yin wood in the dragon and in the year, that is also fighting for abundance. It doesn't want us to be seen for the affluence or influence, whatever that is for each and every one of us. And yang fire, again, being the sun shines on everything. That's a mentor, a resource, a parent. So this is healthy energy. It's adding charisma. It's adding this powerful charm. And knowing that we do have the resources coming in to help us. Fire creates ash, which is the earth. And then the earth houses the metal, which we have nothing of. So it really is helping us to use it wisely. And yang water, or yang fire, reflects on the water. That's where that was coming from. The reflection in the mirror, what we see. And yin wood of the rabbit is holding a secret, or really a secret enemy in a way, a competitor. So the wood energy is actually able to break up the earth. We're in the wood season. We're at the end of it, the dragon. So the energy is still there. And yin water is something like an unseen debt, something that is going to cost, or a wealth being paid, a debt. Kind of reminds me of Game of Thrones, where the Lannisters always feel it. They always pay their debts. I'm kind of wanting to watch that again. But water is communication. It creates prosperity. It's getting us in the flow. Communication using words. Mineral, though, is also our voice. It's Venus energy, metal. Community, we need metal, being a leader, telling stories. Stones, castles, wisdom of our bones, ancient wisdom. No gossiping, by the way. So just meditate on what that feels like for you. Breath work is great. Lighting a candle in the wind, and knowing that the present fame or fortune of this energy may not be very long lasting. Just remember as well, if you watched yesterday, the sock monkey, we had the message for a day is love, which I love. And again, the sun intertwined with Jupiter. You could not make this up. So just being mindful of our feelings. We then connect with spirit. It's a divine choreography. It's a message, telepathy, channeling. I felt like I should be channeling this morning. Spirit to spirit conversations, a gatekeeper, a guide. So this is like big fire. It's the sun and the elements. It's fire, action energy. We're in the season of Mars. Passions are ignited. Sparks are fresh. Insight. It's actually memoirs too, because I'm sitting here thinking, Mars is in Cancer, so we're having this memoirs. Maybe we're stoking the fires of our memories, fire rituals, soaking up the sun. And life begins to warm up, or at least it feels so in my container. And things begin to kind of burst through the earth, that warm yin energy of our day. So it really is time to get out into nature, connect with a tree, a river, an earth doing yard work. Love has arrived. It's inspirited love or inspired love. And the universe is truly working in our favor. Have you encountered big, juicy love, and you know that it's on its way to you and for you? And love has a variety of forms, whether it's my fur baby or something that lights up your heart, something that is pure joy, the joy molecules, our soul. So maybe a project that you've been kind of working on, it's inspiriting you or inspiring you. Maybe it's profound in a way. Maybe it's prophetic. Maybe it's that kind of love where we really are lighting up, illuminating our entire world, our environment. The world around us is shining so bright, illuminating, radiant bliss. Reminds me of the Singers of the Realm. It's that really relational kind of loving energy of ourself and believing in our self-love, reflecting it, fire on the water. Maybe, just maybe, it's even the element of surprise where you never saw it coming. It's that burst of energy vitality that really radiates our brilliance for all of the world to see. Shining bright like the sun, kind of really sharing this illumination, this love with others around us in our garden, and really being the light that radiates within us from this day forward. Just opening the door, knowing that all things are possible. When we feel it's possible, we then believe it's possible, and it really just lights us up like our own star, change your stars, and illuminating the star that we are. Our brilliance, which is in the cowrie shell divination, shows me your brilliance, what our starlight is. It really is similar to the rays of the sun shining bright, and there are different rays actually attached to each energetic center. So it's growing the yang wood of the tree hidden in the pig. I mean, this is a very flowing, magical day. It's time for adventure of who we are, shining brighter on this day, illuminating that inner brilliance out into the world, really for everybody to see, including ourselves, reflecting fire, not just being a reflector, but I'm saying like fire on the water. So I would affirm that I'm shining my light out into the world for everyone to see. Just shine it upon all the things. And just remember the heart knows, and really breathe into it, because we do have metal and mineral we need, which is breath work, it is air, different elementals kind of breathe into that. And I'm actually feeling star, fire and ether as a container, star energy. So there's different illuminations that are happening for us on this day. So with that, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the other side. Ashe, blessings.
Yeah, so I would say it probably all started with generic manifestation, looking up that and kind of slowly being introduced into that world and branching out from there. Human design was a huge catalyst for me when I found that, but it took me so long to get out of my mind. So I was using human design from the standpoint of the mind, which Ra Aruhu said himself, it's very fascinating for the mind. You know, you can go into each center, each gate, each line, the expression, how it all ties together. But at the core, it is all about being and not letting your mind be the driver in the situation. And that right there is really all you need. Because when I was doing plant medicine, you know, that was almost like it was an excuse. It was a way to fully commit to saying